You're crossing a busy city street when out of nowhere, a car runs a red light and almost hits you in the crosswalk. The driver rolls down their window and yells, "Hey, watch where you're going, idiot!" Furious, you take your phone and throw it at their car. Unfortunately, it bounces off and smacks an innocent pedestrian. Now they're mad, and before you know it, they've picked up your phone and chucked it back at you, yelling, "What the duck you do, man?" Luckily, you dodged just in time, but your phone shatters on the pavement. You're still fuming over the car nearly hitting you when suddenly, you're caught in an argument with the pedestrian, and it escalates. Soon enough, you both end up having to explain the whole ridiculous scene to the cops. And of course, your phone is completely smashed. Now, imagine the same situation. The car driver shouts, "Hey, watch where you're going." But instead of losing your temper, you take a deep breath. You let it go, realizing you weren't hurt and the car didn't even hit you. Grateful for avoiding an accident, you continue your walk with a light heart and a big sigh of relief. Phone intact. Same scenario, two completely different outcomes. The second version? That's what happens when you use a little emotional intelligence. All the situations you encounter in life, from the big ones to the tiny ones, follow the same formula: E plus R equals O. E stands for event, which are external factors like your boss scolding you, someone spilling their latte all over you, your ex sending you a text just to catch up, your cat knocking over a glass, or a dog barking at you while you're walking down the street. R is your response to that event. You can get mad, argue, shout, blame others, or you can stay calm. Laugh it off, relax, and accept the situation. O stands for outcome, which is the final result you experience. Now, here's the kicker: the event only accounts for 10% of the outcome, while your response determines the remaining 90%. That means whether things turn out well or poorly, positive or negative, depends mostly on how you choose to react to the event. Isn't that great news? Why? Because it means you hold the power. You can steer things in the direction you want by simply responding in the right way. Since you hold the remote control to the world in your hands, you can steer the results you want just by reacting the right way. So how do you react smartly to get the best possible outcome? The answer is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is all about handling external triggers wisely, meaning you know what the best result is and control your emotions and actions to achieve it. In the situation at the beginning of the video, the best outcome would be feeling peaceful, happy, and moving on. To reach that, you first need to recognize that you're angry. Manage that anger and control how you act. Simple, right? According to Daniel Goleman, the father of emotional intelligence, people with high EQ have two main superpowers. 1, they can keep themselves in check. And 2, they know how to positively influence the world around them. To master yourself, you need 3 things. First, self-awareness. Second, self-regulation. And third, some solid motivation to push you forward. Self-awareness is all about recognizing your own emotions and understanding how they affect you. For most of us, when we're angry, we don't even realize it until after the storm has passed. But people with high EQ, they can spot their emotions the moment they hit. It's like, oh, I'm angry right now. If I don't rein this in, I'm going to blow everything up. You have to recognize it before you can control it. This also ties into having an accurate self-assessment. You know your strengths, your weaknesses, and what you need to work on. Plus, you can learn from your experiences. With this awareness comes confidence, a strong sense of your own abilities and self-worth. You're not afraid to voice different opinions and stand up for what you believe is right. Self-regulation is all about keeping those fleeting emotions and impulses in check. You're honest, accountable for your actions, and working hard to become someone people can trust. And you know how to adapt. Life throws curveballs, and instead of panicking, you embrace new ideas, accept different viewpoints, and roll with the changes. Lastly, we've got motivation. You're always striving to improve, to hit those high standards of excellence. You're committed to reaching the goals you set for yourself. Not only that, but you're proactive, creative, and optimistic. Instead of waiting around for the perfect conditions to magically align, you go after opportunities and create success on your own terms. About social impact, I'm no world changer, but to have a little positive influence on society, we need two important skills: empathy and social skills. When it comes to empathy, it's all about understanding others. It's like you can sense what people are going through without them even saying a word. Now, that doesn't mean we have superpowers to read minds, but it's pretty close. By understanding people's emotions, needs, and motivations, we can connect with them better and offer support where it's needed. Manage conflicts, disagreements, and help each other grow. This will build truly good relationships with those around us. As for social skills, it's kind of like being able to win people over without trying too hard. We're not just good at talking, but we're great listeners too. It's like solving conflicts without needing to run away from them. And when it's time for change, we're the ones who roll up our sleeves and lead everyone through it. At the end of the day, it's not just about working alone. We collaborate with others, build strong teams, and work towards shared goals. It's not easy, but maybe everyone can try to do a little bit, right? So, how do we start practicing EQ? Personally, I think we should begin with building our inner strength. Why inner strength, you ask? Well, have you ever found yourself in these situations? You know you should be working, but you procrastinate anyway? You know you shouldn't say hurtful things, but in a moment of anger, you let them slip and end up hurting someone? Or you know that violence is wrong, yet because you can't control your emotions, you act impulsively? There are countless situations like this, where we want to do the right thing, but we can't quite control ourselves, leaving us full of regret afterward. These are classic examples of not having enough inner strength to face life's challenges. To build this strength, I focus on practicing 5 key traits: confidence, perseverance, mindfulness in tasks, the ability to observe ourselves and our surroundings, and the skill of making sound decisions. And how do I train these 5 friends? Through daily habits. These are my habits for building inner strength. They've been helpful for me, and hopefully, they'll be useful for you too. First is meditation. It helps me learn to observe myself, building patience and resilience. It doesn't necessarily have to be meditation. Just giving yourself quiet moments to reflect and think is enough. Second is writing. I write down things I'm grateful for, which helps me pay more attention to everything around me and realize how much I'm being supported. I write about things I'm proud of, to remind myself of the effort I've put in and how I can keep pushing myself further. I also write about feelings that are hard to express, so I can understand how I'm really feeling and what I should do next. Third is exercising. It gives me more energy and boosts my confidence. Fourth is setting specific times for focused work. This helps me learn how to give my full attention to one thing. Finally, I set goals for the future: 1 month, 3 months, and 1 year. This helps me shape where I want to go and stay persistent in getting there. That's all my sharing for today. As I work on building my inner strength to enhance my emotional intelligence, I feel like I've transformed from a grumpy duck into a calm, positive, and motivated individual who enjoys life. The journey of developing EQ is a long one, and it's never too late to start. Let's practice together, shall we? This is the first video in the playlist Duck Talk with Kucdy. In this series, I will mainly share videos about personal development. I truly hope for your support. To all my wonderful viewers, I love you ducking much.